Okay guys, so I just want to talk to you about preventing medial tibial stress syndrome. And we talked about shin splints just a little while ago. We were concentrating on pain through the front of the shin with tibialis anterior. Today I want to concentrate on the inside, so those medial muscles. And you want to start to be aware of those muscles, because when things get tight, they have to work harder and they can get in a world of trouble. They develop trigger points, they inhibit the muscle, that makes the foot pronate more, and all of a sudden you can have stress responses, you can get stress fractures, the whole lot. So you want to start to be aware of how to release those. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about anatomy, and then I'll move to show you exactly how to do that, how to release them. So we'll just have a look at Ange's leg. And basically, anatomy-wise, we've got your big bone through the front of your shin, so your tibia, and then on this bone originates a couple of muscles, the biggest of which is a muscle called Tibialis Posterior, and it runs right along the tibia and then comes in and inserts onto your medial cuneiform and your navicular as well. So what it does is it dorsiflexes and it inverts as well. So if the calf gets tight, it has real trouble, because it'll have to really work hard to keep the foot up, the arch up in the foot. So when we want to release that muscle, we get our little footies and we're going to apply pressure. So she's applying pressure down, and then she's going to drive it sort of back onto the tibia. So she's got the muscle locked in there, and we're going to roll it out. So it's like a connective tissue type of release. She's rolling slowly down. So she'll pick up that fascia. She'll pick up those trigger points as well, so you feel that point?
Yeah.
Yep. And we'll keep rolling it down. So you're often very slow. So even this type of pace, when you're doing it at home, as we get further down, we get to about that level there, and it'll start to become quite tendinousy through there. So your connective tissue and your tendons are the main component through there. We can still roll that out, because again, we're aware that we want to make that connective tissue really run smoothly. Okay, so we can do that run, and then often what I'll do is I'll do another one. So we were sort of targeting directly onto that muscle. I'll slide back, so slide posteriorly, and then pressure down, and then lock it back in. And again, we're picking up some of those deep muscles in through here. We're also picking up the edge of gastrocnemius and soleus as well, which is really important. So again, at home, guys, roll it right the way down, very slow, slow up on your trigger point, because you want to get that to release, and then keep going right through to the bottom as well. Make sure it feels comfy. If it doesn't, just stop. Cool. So we'll get Ange up, because often in conjunction with releasing these medial muscles, we very commonly want your calf length as well, and I'll tell you exactly why in a minute. When you're doing your calf stretches, make sure that you get the two muscles. So people often forget there's two muscles in the calf. You've got your gastrocnemius, and that's what she's stretching right now with the knee straight. So this back knee is straight, and then she's going to bend the back knee and pick up soleus. Okay, so make sure you do that. Doesn't really matter whether you do it over the stairs, whether you're pushing up against a wall, if you're doing it just within free space like Angie's doing it now, but make sure you get both of them. Cool. So we talk about keeping that calf long as well, and the reason I say that is because if you don't have that calf length, so if your foot's like that and you don't have the calf length to be able to get over the top of it, what the foot will do is it'll drop in to cheat with that range. And that's when those muscles, your tibialis posterior and some of your other little muscles in there, will really have to do extra work, and they'll develop trigger points, they'll get tight, you'll get stress responses in onto the bone, and you end up with your overuse injuries. The one thing that you also want to be aware of with this type of pain in this type of area is the very small chance that you can develop stress fractures, and then even more important is to be aware that you can develop compartment syndromes, and that's basically when everything gets so tight that the circulation almost gets stuck in there. So if you're noticing that the area is quite sore, it's puffy, it's inflamed, it might be a little bit warm as well, you don't release it, you get straight to the doctor and you make sure that you get it addressed straight away. So guys, start thinking proactively about releasing these inside muscles. If you keep them released, they will work better, they'll be stronger, they'll have better endurance, and you'll keep yourself on the sporting field throughout your season.